What's going on YouTube? My name is Josh and welcome to my first Airsoft review. So lately I was getting back into Airsoft after not playing for about 10 years and I was looking for a good entry level gun. When I say entry level, I don't mean a gun that's like under $100 where it's not going to be really usable. In my opinion, it has to be at least $100 or more to be able to be like a usable rifle in an actual game, because you don't want something that's real junky and like really unreliable or inaccurate. I've been there. It's not that fun to play with, especially at a field. So the main thing I was looking for was something under $200. I wanted something for my first one to be in an M4 platform, which this is. And basically I just wanted something to go out and play, right? Today we're gonna be looking at the A&K NS15 Stubby Killer. This is gonna be a really short CQB style M4. When I was looking at a couple different airsoft guns and I had about 3 that I was looking to choose from, I started looking at reviews on YouTube. And even though this gun has been around for a while, there was not really any good reviews, at least none with good editing. So I decided, hey, why not? I'm gonna record my own videos and start posting them while I'm looking for guns to decide on what I'm gonna use for myself. This A&K Stubby goes for $185. I picked this one up for $130 during one of the epic deals on e-bike. All right, let's open this up and take a look. Let's take a look at the accessories first and see what we got. So we have a 200 round wind up high cap mag. This is not something I would play on a field with, but just for test shooting, it's cool to have for at home. It comes with a bag of BBs, which I've always been told ever since I was a kid, never to use the BBs that come with a gun for some reason. I'm not sure why, so we're not gonna use them. It comes with a foregrip, which I have not tried out and used yet. All right, let's take this out of the package and see what the gun itself looks like. As you can see from looking at this, you can probably tell I've already used it. One thing that was kind of annoying was the stickers, the warning labels right here. They did not come off very easily, and it looks kind of ugly. I don't know why they use the strongest adhesive in the world for a sticker like that. So as you can see, this is a CQB setup, which means it's going to be a really short Airsoft AEG. It has an integrated mock suppressor as well as a polymer fixed stock. This is not an adjustable stock. Has a large battery compartment back here on the back. One of my complaints about this is that if you don't really force it, you can see that that didn't go all the way up. You have to force it and then push that in there to make sure it's popped up to stay locked in. It's not terrible, but it's just something you have to pay attention to make sure it locked. You can't just open it and then slam it forward. Well, it went that time, but not every time it goes. The body on this is full metal, but your accessories are gonna be polymer. One thing that I didn't like after using this the first time was that it basically has a right hand only grip. So I might change this grip out later on, or I might leave it, because when you're swapping shoulders and you go to hold it with your left hand, going around a corner this direction, it kind of feels awkward holding it with it in the way. It has regular pop-up flip sights, which you almost don't really use in CQB that much. One thing that really threw me off is these get kind of pushed down easy. Like, that didn't take much for me to do that. I wish there was some sort of lock on there. So at some points, it would get pushed down slightly like that, and then I'd look through and be like, oh, this thing's shooting way off, not accurate anymore. So then I'd adjust my hop up again and then realize this was down, because it kind of catches right there at the midway point. It's barely taking any force to push over, which is not the best, but these are all replaceable. When buying this gun, it's gonna say that it's LiPo ready, which I believe that just means that the gearbox and internals are set up to withstand a LiPo. It does not have a MOSFET. So I chose to run a standard 9.6 battery, a non-LiPo battery. So this gun's also gonna have a quick change spring for easy access to change your FPS when you're going to different fields. This gun is also gonna be like a standard version 2 M4 fully upgradable gearbox. In the description on e-bike, they brag about this being a reinforced gearbox where it has 8mm bearings and bushings instead of 6mm, which is going to be more heavy duty in case you are going to run a 11.1 LiPo. But if you are, you should be running a MOSFET, which is not included with this gun. One thing that kind of threw me off is I thought I was going to have the opposite problem. So on the box it says right over here that it has an M120 spring, which should be pretty high FPS, higher than what I received, around 300. From doing some research and looking at forums and stuff, it makes me believe that there might be a bad air seal, which seems like there can be a common problem with these, or A&K lower end guns in general. Another thing that I thought was crazy was when I looked at the reviews, which I'll pull some up and post them over here somewhere. A lot of people were saying that right out the box this gun had too high of an FPS to run at their CQB fields, which made me think it would be close to the top. Our locals limit is 400. So being at 300 is a pretty big disappointment to me. Another thing is that this is like almost awkwardly small. even though I'm not a super tall guy, it's pretty tiny to hold this, right? So it can be awkward at times, but overall, when I played with it, it was still fun to use, and I'm gonna keep using it a little bit more. I did order a different gun, an EMG, that I'm gonna also do a review on. Last week when I went and tried this out, I didn't take my GoPro with me to film, but this weekend I'm gonna go out and I'm actually gonna test out multiple guns to finish doing some reviews on, and I will include clips from our playtime over there here using those guns.
Ready? Go. Oh, fuck.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.